Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday. If you're watching this on a Wednesday, happy hump day. I just got home from work and I wanted to go over another designer house that is actually incredibly affordable, and I believe it's also a French designer house. And I have 5 perfumes that I want to show you that some of them are actually, again, dupes of more well-known designers that are more high-end. Some of these are duping Armani, Lancome, Dior, I believe. Not sure about that one. And I think one of these is kind of an original. I don't think it's duping anything, but it smells really good. And again, all of these are under $50. And I do have actually one that I want to sell. It's actually up on my Mercari, so I might go into the closet and grab it. And it's not because it's bad. It's just because it's kind of generic and it doesn't really impress me. It doesn't really do anything for me. With that said, I have to be careful saying that because there are some perfumes that I have brought back from my closet of shame that I had said, I don't really like it, and now I really like them. And I wear them and I love them. So it's weird how that happens sometimes. You know, we find a perfume and we love it at first, and then it's like, I don't think I love this. What was I thinking? And then there are some that you're just like, what the heck is this? I don't think I'm gonna like this at all. And then you go back and you kind of sniff it again and you're like, wait a minute. So with all that said, let's go right into it. Let's see, who do I want to start with? Let's start with the very first one that I got. First and foremost, I want to talk about the house, but let me just show you the bottle. They have beautiful bottles. So this house is called Mauboussin. M-A-U-B-O-U-S-S-I-N. Mauboussin. It's quite a mouthful. And as you can see, the name of the perfumer is written on the bottle there, Mauboussin. And down here in the front, it's weird because it's like the shape of this bottle, it's like the name is here, the designer, and then the name of the perfume is down here. And this one is called Elixir. So this is Mauboussin Pour Femme, or Pour Elle, right? Pour Elle. I don't even know if I'm saying that. P-O-U-R, Pour Elle, like saying por ella, for her, right? Mauboussin Pour Elle, and this one is Elixir. Not to be confused with another one that I have that is in my closet because I'm trying to sell it because I just don't love it, but it's not a bad perfume. It's in the exact same shape bottle, and instead of being a gold cap, it is a silver cap, and it's like a pinkish liquid, and it's just more of like a rosy floral. And again, I have so many rosies. Like, look at all that. Those are my florals and fruity florals. I have so many rosy floral perfumes already that I just felt like I didn't need it. Now this one, I really love it, even though it's supposed to be duping La Vie Est Belle. And we talked about this in my last video, how I'm like, I don't love La Vie Est Belle. I have an Okja dupe of it called Blessed, and then I have the Royal Marina, the bourbon one, the Royal Marina, which is also duping it. So between those three, I have 3 different perfumes that are duping La Vie Est Belle, but I've already worn this one to work. And I have an extra bottle. I bought a backup bottle because I loved it, and this was all before I knew it was a dupe for La Vie Est Belle. I just kind of like found it on Fragrantica, looking around. It was pretty affordable. It was compared to other perfumes that are really nice. At the time, I wasn't really like so aware of how popular La Vie Est Belle even was, so I didn't really know. But when I smelled it, I loved it, that I ordered a backup. But I think I'm gonna gift that backup to my mom for Mother's Day because this is a beautiful perfume. And I have a couple others, you know, I have too many backups. I kind of went nuts with that, so I have to be careful with that. But with that said, let me see if I can find the notes for you guys. I am on Fragrantica today. I should have prepared. Normally, what I try to do is I search all the perfumes first so that they're all popped up, and I just go back with the browser and then go forward with the browser to move on to the next one so I don't have to type them. But I'll just edit through the video so you guys don't have to wait. So this one, Mauboussin Pour Elle. Main accords are sweet, vanilla, oud, citrus, soft, spicy, powdery, fruity, white floral, iris, and rose. And then, let's see. Top notes are orange, black currant, black currant, pink pepper. Middle notes are jasmine, iris, and rose. Base notes are praline, vanilla, and agarwood, aka oud. So I've learned through my perfume journey and in the past experiences that I've had with perfumes that were few and far between, But now smelling so many in such a short amount of time that I don't love oud for me, like on me as a perfume. I like the way that the smell smells. If I smell it somewhere, I would not be displeased and think, oh, what a bad smell. But I don't want a perfume that's super oudy. With that said, this is not like that. I also want to give a quick disclaimer. When I bought my Mauboussin perfumes, and I do have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the one in the closet 6, almost all of them, I think, again, with that transit time, they need that time to sit. Almost all of them at first gave me a little bit of an ashtray sort of smell. That did go away. So I think it's a brand new bottle thing. Like, you know, some brand new bottles, it's alcohol. I guess with these French perfumeries, maybe they're smoking cigarettes because they're French. I don't know what they're doing in those laboratories while they're making these perfumes, but I get like an ashtray cigarette-y smell, but it's not part of the perfume. I feel like it's gone now. But this one, when I first wore it, it was so interesting. First of all, look how strong this cap is. I don't recommend doing this, but still, this is a very, very strong cap. And it is a ring, and it has the symbol of Mauboussin inside, and it even says on the inside, I don't know if you can see it. I showed it to you upside down. It says Mauboussin inside. And this perfume, I already forgot what the notes are. I immediately get the praline like from the start. Like I smell like this is like it's like a sweet perfume, and I do smell like the flowers and everything, and the blackcurrant. I'm telling you, I love blackcurrant. Trying to find. Let me just take off my watch if you guys don't mind, so I can have a little bit more real estate to work with. So this one, oh my God. So I know it's supposed to be like La Vie est Belle, and there's no pear, but for some reason in the opening, I just sprayed. I have like, I think I told you, I got like a used La Belle bottle on Mercari, super cheap for like $50. When La Belle brand new bottles are like $150, and on like discounted shops are like $100. I got a 3.4 for like $50. So it's a tester bottle from someone on Mercari, and she was just decluttering her collection and she barely used it. So I snagged a good deal. And let me tell you, this one in the opening reminds me of La Belle. I get that pear opening that is divine, that I love, which is weird because I had Pear Potion. I don't know if you guys know about Pear Potion from Paris Corner, and I didn't love it because it just smelled too much like pear juice. This pear opening, this pear note in these perfumes isn't like pear juice. It's just this beautiful scent that is hard to describe, but because it's called pear in the notes, that's what I'm using to describe it, but it doesn't smell like pear juice. And I do pick up like the praline, the vanilla, like that sweetness, but I also get like a little powderiness. So this has iris in it, and it has jasmine and rose, but then you get that tinge of spice, orange and blackcurrant. I know that this is supposed to be duping La Vie est Belle, and I have La Vie est Belle Okja dupe, and I just don't feel like it's exactly the same. But with that said, I think this one's better. I like this one more, which is why I'm planning to keep it, which is why I had ordered a backup bottle. But, you know, I have my Marina de Bourbon, and I plan on using that one because even my comparison video, like you guys saw in the last one that I did, I feel like Marina de Bourbon was a little bit sweeter than the Okja. I don't know if the Okja maybe is just not the best, but I don't have La Vie est Belle. I've never sampled La Vie est Belle. Like, I don't know what the real La Vie est Belle smells like. With that said, I don't care. I love this one. I'm happy to have this one. This was like 30 something bucks. It's a beautiful, huge bottle. Like it's very, looks like a star. Kind of reminds me of like the Angel line a little bit. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it's just, this lasted me all day, and it evolved and it developed, and it went from being like this beautiful, fruity pear opening, and then you get the praline and the vanilla, and throughout the whole day you just get the different whiffs of the different things kind of dancing around, but nothing ever really like went away, that it's just like, oh, now it's just this powdery dry down. I feel like it dried all the way down till it was almost gone, and I could still smell kind of everything. I still get the pink pepper, even though that was in the opening, and I'm getting the praline right now, even though that's in the base, and the vanilla. So I don't know if this is just so well blended. I didn't let this sit for very long. I mean, yes, I've had it already now for about a month, but when I first wore it, it performed the same way as it is now, and I had just gotten it. Like when I got it, I said, I'm gonna wear this tomorrow. And the only thing that I noticed that went away was that initial burst of like that little bit of cigarette ashtray, but I'm not even getting that anymore. That's completely gone, like I said. And I got that with all these bottles, but again, it's gone. Like after spraying it out, it's no longer there. Maybe it's my imagination, I don't know. And I don't get a heavy oud, even though this has agarwood. It says in parentheses it's the same thing as oud. Not even a little bit. Like there's nothing about this that I don't like, that I don't think is wearable. What I love about this kind of perfume is that it's gourmandish, but it's not like today's popular young person gourmand where you smell like a cupcake. No, you have praline and vanilla, so you got that, you know, dessert type of sweetness, but then you have like the orange and the pink pepper and the black currant, which give it that, you know, spicy, delicious fruitiness. And then you have the jasmine and the rose and the iris, which gives it some flowers. And you have this beautiful, well-rounded perfume. It's not like, you know, marshmallow blush and all these. I mean, I know, not that those are bad, but I've sampled quite a few different perfumes that I don't own, that I don't have samples of, by just going to Sephora. And I tried a bunch of Kayali perfumes. I tried the Yum Pistachio. I tried the Candy Rock one. I tried so many other perfumes, the Miss Dior Blooming. And, you know, there's just this genre of perfumes, like the Glossier. I smelled the Glossier You. There's a genre of perfumes that just smell very, I don't want to say gimmicky, but just so like literal, you know, like, do I want to smell like a piece of candy? I mean, if you do, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that I feel like it's a little bit not as interesting to me. It smells great, but I feel like I'm wearing, here's what happened. When I was sitting at the Sephora sampling a bunch of perfumes, I remember thinking to myself, a lot of this reminds me of just smelling body splashes at Bath and Body Works. Like, I don't go shopping at malls that much anymore. We live in a different era. I get everything I need from Amazon. I don't go out that much anymore. But like, trace back 20 years ago in 2005, going to the mall was a normal thing to do at any given time, on the weekend, whatever, after work. And being in Bath and Body Works and sampling all the body splashes and the perfume, they had some perfumes, I remember, but body splashes mainly, and the lotions and the candles. I feel like perfume is like that these days. You have the winter candy apple, you have the vanilla sugar cookie, you have the so on and so forth. So a perfume that still smells like a perfume, the way that perfume has always been known, like Coco Chanel, Mademoiselle, which has always been one that I've used forever. Lolita Olympica is another one that I've used forever. It's very sweet, very, you know, fruity, desserty, has an anise note, has a vanilla. It's very delicious, but it's perfumey as well. This is like that. And I don't know if that's considered dated for some people, but for me, this is real perfume. Everything else that has that Bath and Body Works sort of like different scented, flavored, you know, very specific sort of like things that you smell the perfume and it's like, that's the main character. And then everything else is just there to kind of like entertain you and make it so that it's not just that one thing. Like Badeo Oud Sublime from Lattafa. I don't like it because it just smells like winter candy apple. And if you love that, great. But for that, you just go to Bath & Body Works and buy winter candy apple. Like, why would I need it in a, you know what I'm saying? So I want real, this is what I consider grown-up perfume. Do I have some here that are like, you know, those fun perfumes? Of course I do. But, you know, they're pretty affordable. But what I love about this is that this smells like a classy, beautiful designer perfume, and it's so affordable. And this bottle is heavy and beautiful, and it's so affordable. Like, Coco Mademoiselle is not cheap. Coco Noir is not cheap. La Belle, Jean Paul Gaultier, Scandal, Black Opium, Givenchy, all these perfumes are not cheap. But then you get something that's of that quality, of that style, for $30-something. I think this is great. I love it. So let me get the other one so you can just see it. Hang on. This is the one that I'm trying to sell. So this is exactly like this one, only this one comes in a black box. And then this is the same thing. It's called Mabussin Pour Elle, just not Elixir. The one that I just talked about is the Elixir. And this one, see how it's a silver cap and it's clearer and it just says Mabussin, but it doesn't say anything in the bottom, see? And this one is just, let me see if I can find you the notes. Give me 1 second. This one is just like a rosy, very gentle, watery, but I just don't feel like I'm gonna reach for it considering that I have so many others that are similar to this, and that's enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's Main accords are white, floral, fruity, sweet, caramel, which I don't get at all. Woody, green, aromatic, amber, sour, and rose. So the notes are, top notes are rhubarb. I tend to not like rhubarb. I don't like rhubarb as a note. I feel like it comes off very sharp in my nose and the whole perfume is just a little too sour. I know rhubarb is supposed to be sour. Rhubarb, red berries, African orange flower. I do love that, the orange flower. Middle notes are gardenia. I don't love gardenia as a flower in general, the smell of the flower. Jasmine, I love, and rose. Okay, there you go. Just like a lot of perfumes, there's rose. And then base notes are caramel, sandalwood, and amber. So I ordered this because the notes sounded amazing, but I feel like I get mostly like rhubarb and rose. I get like a sour, rosy scent. I don't get the caramel, I don't get the sandalwood. It's, in fact, there's almost zero caramel for me. So what I get right away, maybe that ashtray sort of smell is the gardenia. Because I don't like gardenia. I do smell a little bit of jasmine here. I don't get orange flower, like orange blossom is very sweet, right? Like Love Don't Be Shy is an orange blossom perfume. Like the very sweet perfumes have a lot of orange blossom. I don't get that sweetness in here. So what I'm mostly getting is rhubarb, the berries, and then I get like a stinky ashtray-ish with this one still, that I think in reality is maybe the gardenia and the rose and the sandalwood, because sandalwood, you know, it's not smooth and buttery. There's no caramel. It's just very, it's kind of a sharp rhubarb floral. There's no vanilla. It's very bright because sandalwood tends to be the base for like more brighter tone perfumes. Like it's not agarwood, it's not cedar. There's no musk really either. There is amber, but I'm not picking up a lot of that either. So this is just a super clean, fresh, you got that rose, you got those flowers, you got that sour tartness, but there is a little something in here that just kind of gives me like an incensey vibe, which I don't know, again, if that's the gardenia or not. I just know that I don't like gardenia. That's actually chilling out right now. So the ashy vibe that I get. But again, we all smell perfumes so uniquely. Like it's very hard to describe what something is like. You have to sample it. And it just doesn't make me, it doesn't bring, again, like I said before, it doesn't bring joy to me. I don't think it's an ugly perfume. I don't think it's a bad smelling perfume. It's not foul. It smells like other things that I've smelled before. Let's see, I'm trying to see what it compares to, but there's really nothing here that it's showing. It says it's similar to Nina Ricci by Nina Ricci. Some people voted that it smells like 212 Sexy by Carolina Herrera. I've never smelled either of those. Azaro Duo by, I don't know who that is. Some people even said, oh, what happened here? Go back. See, this is why having the computer is kind of a pain in the butt, because it's just, Givenchy Harvest, Very Irresistible, Damascena Rose. I don't know, from 2007. I have other rose perfumes and it's not my favorite rose perfume. So if I have so many other rose perfumes, and just because it has rhubarb and rose, this is nothing like Delina. Let me just put that out there. Nothing. It's almost gone. It's like this faint little light gardenia rosy. The rhubarb's sharp in the beginning and then now it's just so watery. Like I don't love it. And yet, this beast is giving me a praline right now. I just can't get enough of. So this one is up on my Mercari for sale. I know I didn't just talk it up. I know nobody's probably gonna wanna go over there and be like, I want it, I'm gonna buy it. But if you want it and you wanna buy it and you want a soft, watery rhubarb in the beginning, pretty bright, and then it kind of turns into a watery rose. And if you like gardenia, you may not smell what I smell as far as that ashiness that I get. It's very slight, but I think it's the gardenia. Because remember, these are flowers. So I have jasmine flowers, and jasmine can also dry down to be kind of like powdery in a way that is a little bit like ashy, incensey, like dirty. It's a flower, you know? I guess that's what they call it in Dalek. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but I know that I like jasmine. I know that I like orange blossom. I do like rose. I don't like gardenia, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the floral note that's giving me a vibe that just doesn't please me. But, you know, it's in the box, you know, it's perfectly good condition box, and it's just a little bit bent here, but other than that, that's on my Mercari if anybody wants it. If nobody buys it over time, maybe I'll gift it, but it just doesn't do anything for me. Moving on to the next one is a dupe for, supposedly it's a dupe for Armani C, and this is called Promise Me. I think the bottle is super freaking cute. It looks like a lock. It even has a little dial here that you can actually rotate. I don't know why, but there it is. There's no cap. It just comes out of here. You push it from up here, but this is really cute. When I first got this, just like all my Mabusins, I remember thinking, I don't know. I did get a tiny sample from microperfumes.com of Armani C because I wanted to know what it was like, and I've had this for quite a bit. And let me find it. Hang on. Mabusin. Where are you? Okay. So the main accords are rose, patchouli, and citrus, woody, floral, warm, spicy, earthy, vanilla, and balsamic. So that rose, patchouli, citrus, woody is very reminiscent of Coco Mademoiselle, which is why I was like, ooh, that sounds good. All of these, again, are blind buys. So I went for it. Top note is Sicilian mandarin. Middle notes are rose and white heliotrope, and the base note is patchouli. Simple, right? But then when I go down to the bottom, I think sometimes the reason why I buy these, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think back on my thought process, I'm like, well, if it smells so much like Armani C, there's the very first vote, 78 votes that it is like Armani C, 31 that it's not. Is because I think, well, if Armani C is so expensive and I don't like it, I could pay for something like this and see if I like it. With that said, I did get a sample of Armani C, and I did like Armani C. But when I got this one, I liked this one too. So I was just so curious that I got the Armani C sample. This is so, I'm surprised it's not listed on here. Reminds me of Coco Mademoiselle, but it's different. It is different. It's not the same, and I think that mandarin orange in the opening, and then mixed with the rose and the patchouli, is what gives me that Coco Mademoiselle vibe. But then I tried Armani C, and I'm like, yeah, this smells just like Armani C. And they are different. Armani C and Coco Mademoiselle are not identical, but it's just that Coco Mademoiselle is a long time love of mine. I've loved it for many years, and I will always love it. And it's very unique. This is like if you took Armani C and like she had a niece. I'm sorry, not Armani C. You had Coco Mademoiselle has a niece. So it's like her sister's daughter or something like that. Like she's in the bloodline, but she's not identical. She's not exactly like her aunt. And it's just so fun and flirty and sweet and just sexy. It's simple. Okay, this is not gonna be like, whoa, mind blown. Like if you've tried Armani C before, it's similar to that, because I do have, it's in there somewhere. Let me see if I can get it. Where are you? Here it is. Trying to make it focus. Armani C by Giorgio Armani. Let's put this on. Put this little bad boy on here. Oh God, don't spill. Oh, I put quite a lot, huh? Okay. So I sprayed my Mabusin on here, but I put Armani C over here. I want to say they're like 85%, 90% similar. Armani C has something that this one doesn't. Something in a good way that I can't put my finger on what it is. But for the price of Armani C versus the price of this, if you're on a budget, this is really good too. Woo! Girl, why are you spraying like that? This is so good. I like this. And let me tell you, my experience with these little dabbers is not the same as spraying a perfume on yourself. It's not gonna quite be the same. So I know that I've seen beautiful, perfumes that are, designer, expensive perfumes, very discounted on Mercari, but you gotta be careful with some sketchy sellers on there. It's hard for me to smell my sample beyond that first second that I smelled this, and I was like, I can't remember, but there was something there. Let's see what the notes are for Armani C. Hang on. Woody is the very top accord, vanilla, aromatic, soft, spicy, fruity, green, floral, patchouli, rose, and earthy. Top note is cassis. Middle notes are may, rose, and freesia, and then the base notes are vanilla, patchouli, woody notes, and ambroxan. So it's different. There's no Sicilian mandarin like this one has. This one. I feel like this one is a little bit fresher. They both have patchouli, but this has rose and white heliotrope, and Armani C has rose and freesia. And it opens with cassis, and this one opens with Sicilian mandarin. And then the base notes of Armani C is like vanilla, there is patchouli, there is ambroxan, there's something else, but this one's just patchouli. So like I said, it's a bit of a more simple fragrance. I don't think it's gonna change up on you a whole lot throughout the day, but it's in the same vein, same family as Coco Mademoiselle. So that's that one. Let's move on to the next one. I like that one, and I plan to keep it in my collection. The next one is supposed to be, again, another dupe, and you can tell very much by the name. It's called My Twist, and the bottle's quite interesting. Looks like one of those little dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay. Don't grab it from the top, because that is how I broke another bottle that I had. I saved the juice. You guys must have seen the story. That's identical to this shape, but it's a different perfume. So this one, there it says Mabusin. Is supposed to be duping Armani's My Way, and I don't have Armani My Way, and I don't think I even have a sample of it, but I do have Iman, which is supposed to be from Iman from Lattafa, is supposed to, ow! Iman from Lattafa is supposed to be a dupe from My Way, and I think I did sample it at a Sephora, and even though it's hard to remember a sample when you just kind of are in the store under pressure and all those lights and all those perfumes, it is identical smelling to Iman. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it or not, because I decided to keep Iman because I started liking it, even though I don't like that velour bottle. I think it's a tacky bottle. And this one's the same, but then I look at it like, okay, I have 2 bottles of My Way. I never have to buy My Way. I never have to feel like I'm missing out. And worst comes to worst, if I ever feel like I'm not gonna go through all this, I don't love it that much, I can always gift it to my mom or something, but they do smell identical. So if you love My Way, they're very identical. They're the same. If you like, not My Way, I'm sorry, Iman by Lattafa, and this one is not very expensive at all. Again, none of these are expensive, but let's find a spot. So, I get that tuberose right off the bat. It's main accords are white floral, tuberose, fruity, vanilla, animalic, musky, citrus, powdery, green, floral. And then top notes are black currant and orange. That's why I went, I love blackcurrant and I love orange. Mind you, I don't remember all of these right off the bat. Middle notes are tuberose, neroli, and jasmine. Base notes are vanilla and musk. This is good. This is good. Give me 1 second. This is Iman by Latafa. Let's try her over here. Very similar. Tuberose, boom, like right off the bat, like immediately, boom. I want to look up the notes. Iman. So you have your Middle Eastern, you have your French, both duping an Italian house. Armani's Italian, isn't it? I think so. Yeah, so main accords: white floral, citrus, tuberose, animalic, woody, aromatic, fruity, fresh, spicy, sweet, and floral. I feel like they all have like a slightly different interpretation. Top notes are orange blossom, bergamot, and blackcurrant. Whereas this one I think was mandarin or orange and blackcurrant. This one has orange blossom with bergamot. And I did notice it has a little bit more of a citrus sharp opening, which is probably why I didn't like it that much when I first got it. And it's the bergamot. Bergamot is a lot more sharp, whereas this one is a little warmer because it's orange. Orange is a little bit more sweet, you know? And then we have tuberose, jasmine, and marigold. Don't know how I feel about marigold. Base notes are vanilla, musk, which is exactly like this one. But in addition, this one has patchouli and cedarwood. So I want to say they're very similar. This one's a little bit more complex with the bergamot making it super bright, and then you have the patchouli kind of making it a little heavier in the ending with the cedarwood, whereas this is, you know, it doesn't have that bright bergamot. It's orange and blackcurrant, so it's a little more sweet and mellow, and then the ending is vanilla and musk, which is again a nice sweet and mellow. So I feel like this one's a little bit more pow in your face, which is kind of probably why I was turned off by it in the beginning. And then when I bought this one, I didn't know these were the same, because even though Fragrantica, they don't have any, hey, this one smells like this one, this one smells like this one. This one smells like Armani C, and this one smells like Armani C. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, I didn't even know this one smelled like Armani C. I was just influenced by a YouTube influencer that it was really good, and I bought it. And then this one I found, I think because it smelled like Armani C, but I think if I had to pick one, I prefer this one. It's just more up my alley. I'm more of a sweet person, and like this one it is sweet still. But I feel like the bergamot lingers. The bergamot is always there. Like I'm constantly getting that citrus, and I prefer that scent without citrus. So I don't know what Armani My Way is similar to. Have I been saying C all this time? Have I? If I have, I'm sorry. Armani My Way, not C. That's why it's called My Twist. I think I'm confusing myself with the other one. My Way, My Way, My Way. If you have it, is it more citrusy? Actually, we could look up the notes and find out right now. Let's see. This one is supposed to smell like it. So let's go down and see if it shows up. Yep, there it is. Oh, and there's Mabusin. Okay, so there's My Way Intense. I didn't mean to click on it. These laptops love to click on things all by themselves. We have Orange Blossom, Bitter Orange. There's no blackcurrant. Indian tuberose and tuberose, vanilla and sandalwood. And then let's go to the regular My Way. And we have Orange Blossom, Bergamot. So just like this one, but no blackcurrant. Tuberose, Indian jasmine, Madagascar vanilla, white musk, and Virginian cedarwood. So I'm gonna guess that this one is more like Armani My Way because of the bergamot, and it has the cedar. This one has no bergamot in the opening. It's blackcurrant and orange, and it has vanilla and musk, but no cedar. So I love orange. I love blackcurrant. This one is more my flavor, my taste. Pick your poison. I think I've spoken a lot about that one already. So now this one is the one that still smells pretty good though. That's this one right now. They're both good. They're both good, and that's why I've kept them both, okay? All right, so this is the one that the bottle broke. I picked it up by the, I don't know what came over me that I was like, just grab it. And I grabbed it, and I was just working too fast in a hurry. I think I have ADHD. Anyway, I grabbed it from the top. I dropped it. It fell on the floor on its head. This thing got bent and pushed in. And thankfully it's a more transparent bottle than this one. You can't see through this one like at all. But the straw spritzer thingy went inside. And I managed to take off this little thing, and then I pushed it, the rest of the stuff that was at the top, the little white thing, stuck it in there, and I had an opening. So I was able to salvage it by pouring it into this bottle. This one looks identical. It's called Mabusin Mademoiselle Twist. And I'm thinking, Mademoiselle? Is there any duping efforts to be like Coco Mademoiselle? And no, not by a long shot. This is nothing like Coco Mademoiselle. So I don't know why they gave it that name. Maybe they didn't realize how popular. Hang on. Okay, we're in the wrong place. Let's go, get out of my way, please. Let's go back to Mabusin. This is why I hate using the computer. I feel like I'm like wasting your guys' time. Where are we now? Now we're in Latafa Ziman. Back again. All right. My twist. So now let's go down and find the one. Is it easier for me to just type it? It probably is. I'm like surfing back and forth to try to find, you know how they're all listed at the bottom, the designer other bottles. And now my computer's moving awfully slow. Come on, you have plenty of battery. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, I give up. I think I'm just gonna type it. Okay, Mabusin Mademoiselle. There you go. It's acting slow. All right, we made it. Main accords are sweet, vanilla, citrus, fresh, spicy, powdery, musky, fruity, lactonic, white floral, and aromatic. And the notes are, drumroll please. Top notes are mandarin orange. I love orange. Pepper. It just says pepper. And it's like brown pepper, not pink. Cassis. Again, who had cassis in the opening? It was Armani C. Middle notes are praline and jasmine. And the base notes are vanilla and musk. So this one on this perfume reminds me of List. At the very top, 88 votes say that it's similar to Poison Girl by Dior. 35 votes say no. 30 votes say that it's similar to Poison Girl Unexpected, and 29 votes say no. And I think that's it. There's nothing else. So I think I did smell Poison Girl at the Sephora, but I think my nose was a little overwhelmed because I was smelling a lot of things back to back to back to back. And I couldn't really get a grasp on the smell of it. I was like I can't smell it, but I think I smelled something, and it's similar, but I don't think it's exact, which is probably why there's 88 yes and 35 no. But let me see if I find a spot here. So this is a weird one. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a little weird. It's weird. So I don't know if you're gonna love it. There is a bit of I can smell the praline that makes it smell yummy, but it's hidden underneath stuff that reminds me a little bit of a medicine, like an oral liquid, not cough syrup, like cherry cough syrup. But there's something medicinal that I don't love. And before I dropped and broke my bottle, I considered putting it up on my Mercari, but apparently it's too late now. And it kind of made me feel like, okay, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything if this is what Poison Girl smells like, but I don't love this one. I saved it because I didn't want to waste it, but I don't love this one. Like I'm not gonna tell you this is a safe blind buy. There's something about it. There's a sweetness. It's the praline, but imagine praline mixed with a little bit of like some sort of sore throat medicine, not chloroseptic, and it's not like NyQuil. There's no cherry in here at all. It just maybe that sweet stuff that they put in your liquid antibiotics, like when you're a little kid or when your kids are small and they're sick, you got to give them oral antibiotic, and it's like they shake it up, and it's not bubble gum, but something smells unpleasantly sweet to me. I don't think I want to walk around smelling like this. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. I don't think my kids like it or want it. It's here, I saved it, but I don't really recommend this one. Some people might love it. Somebody might say, oh my God, I love it. Same way you read reviews of perfumes and you're like, oh, so many people hate one thing and then love another. But you guys kind of know my taste already sort of at this point, and you know, if I'm not digging it, then there's something. What is it? What is the thing? Maybe it's the pepper and the cassis, because I love mandarin orange, I love praline, I love jasmine, I love vanilla, and I love musk. So what's the problem? I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. I just don't love it. So there's that one. No need to continue to dwell on that. Let's move on to the very last one that I have for this line. And this one is called Mauboussin à la Folie. So this one, this one's fun. This one, I don't think it's supposed to smell like anything. So this shape bottle, I don't really like it. I feel like it is kind of awkward to hold, and the cap is very hard to take off because it's so flush with the design. So my trick to taking it off is to just turn it a little so that you have a little bit of a grasp on all sides and you can pull it off, because otherwise you're never gonna get this thing open. So before I even look at the notes, it's a little complicated to hold, you know, a little bit. But let me, see here I have the one that I didn't like, this one, and I still get a weird sort of like smoky, like incensey smoky, even though there is no smoky. I want to say it's like the floral mixture. I want to say it's like the sandalwood with the gardenia, because I don't like gardenia. But anyway, it's like a smoky soap. It's kind of weird. How does soap smell smoky? But smoky soap. Okay, this one, some people might think it's a little juvenile because it's super raspberry, okay? Raspberry. And it opens very bright, very fresh. Citrusy, tickles my nose, but when it dries down, last night I was craving this for some weird reason. You see this dent? I sprayed it all over my pajamas and on my bed, like on my bed sheets. Why did I do that? I don't know. Lately I've been spraying perfume on my sheets, and I have to change my sheets more frequently because eventually it becomes a little too much and then I'm choking myself at night. But with that said, this is a line. There's many bottles that look exactly like this. The very first one that came out like this, I don't have it. I thought of buying it, but I passed on it because the notes of it kind of scared me. The reviews on Fragrantica kind of scared me. It's like the main accord at the very top of the description is amber, and y'all know how I feel about heavy on the amber. But there's one that looks like this. The juice is kind of like a rich orangey amber color, and it's called Mauboussin. It just doesn't have anything written on here. It looks like this kind of, and then it has the Mauboussin at the top. So I'm looking at that one right now. That one, I thought of getting it because of this. Top notes are yellow plum, Mirabelle, blood mandarin, and bergamot. Middle notes are ylang ylang, which I don't think I like ylang ylang very much. I have to be very careful when that is a note in a certain perfume. But with that said, white peach, love. Indian jasmine, love. Turkish rose, love. So far I love all of these except for the ylang, but base notes are patchouli, benzoin, amber, vanilla, sandalwood, and cedar. So this is the one I don't have. And I thought about getting it. But the comments, if you read the comments, some people say this is like something out of a witch's cauldron. Let's see, the comparisons are nothing that's familiar to me. Like there's nothing here that I can say, oh yeah, I know what that's like. So I don't know. Like I'm afraid that I'm gonna hate it. Cause it could, so somebody mentioned here, cigarette ashtray first impression, put away in a cupboard, tried every now and again, and eventually more flowery, amber, sweet nuances became apparent. For 2 years, I appreciated, really liked it. In the third year, reversed back to a cigarette ashtray. Nothing sweet, amber, or floral remained. Simply had to bin it. Some people are saying it's quite nice with the benzoin, patchouli, fragrance, I love Coco Mademoiselle. It's a very patchouli perfume. I tried a perfume that was strong on the patchouli that was sent as a sample from Julianne's Perfumes, because I got a dupe for Love Don't Be Shy and they sent me a sample, and it was rose, vanilla, patchouli, there's brown sugar, and I don't like it in that perfume. It's like too dirty. So it's very hard. Patchouli can either be really good or really not good. Some people are talking about how it's a incensey, smoky, boozy, plum, patchouli, vanilla. I have some perfumes that are like this, and some of them were hits and some of them were misses. You know, some of them I had to put in my my closet of shame, but some of them I really, really love. So it's just one of those perfumes that I think is going to be a little too difficult. It's too difficult. Boozy, dark, patchouli, foresty, like it's just. But anyway, that's the original. Let's go back to what we were initially talking about. Let's stop talking about the one that I don't have, and let's talk about the one that I do have. And let me find the notes for you for this beauty. There's also a red one here, which I think has like cherry and stuff, but let's go into this one, okay? Main accords for this one are sweet, fruity, rose, caramel, champagne, aldehydic, citrus, floral. Oh yeah, there's that sweet fruit and caramel. It's fruity caramel. There's a little bit of rose, yeah. It's not heavy rose. Like you'd have to really, really try to look for the rose to find it. This is marked very high for like a summer, spring, daytime perfume. There's an equal amount of loves and dislikes, and then the highest vote is like. Top notes are champagne. That's it. That's the only top note, champagne. That's that bright, bubbly, like it almost fizzed up in my nose kind of opening. Middle notes are raspberry and rose. That's it. And the base note is caramel. Like this is quite simple, but quite powerful in that it's not a dark, heavy perfume. You have champagne, raspberry, rose, and caramel. That's it. That's it. Imagine you're drinking a glass of champagne. You have it filled with raspberries. So while you're sipping the champagne, you're also biting and eating the raspberries. And then you have rose bouquets all around you and caramel right in front of you too. So it's like, it's a lot of pretty, decadent, sweet, girly things all mashed into one. And that's how this perfume smells to me. It is a sweet, decadent, pretty, floral, girly mashup of everything that's like feminine, girly. There's nothing heavy here. I feel like a teenage girl can wear this. A little girl can wear this, like a child. But I find it so cute, flirty, and fun, and like just sweet, innocent. And it's not to say that this is weak. There's no musk. It says aldehydic, but there's no aldehydes. There's no iris. There's nothing powdery, light-ish, like kind of like after the shower, soapy. No. This is a champagne flute drizzled with caramel at the bottom, some raspberries and rose petals thrown in, and then pour champagne all over it. That's what this is. I've never smelled anything like this. The likes and the dislikes, the loves and the dislikes are in equal amounts. So I think it's something that you're either gonna love or hate. You're either gonna find it repulsive. Maybe you'll find it synthetic. But this is one of those synthetic perfumes that I really very much like. I've never smelled something like this in a Bath and Body Works, but it smells like something that maybe you might find in a Bath and Body Works. I don't have any memories of anything that smells like this. I don't have any other raspberry perfumes that smell like this. I do have Givenchy Hot, which has a raspberry, but it's also a little bit more grown up, mature. It smells like you're smelling cigarettes in a nightclub kind of. It's nothing like this. And sometimes I crave it, which is why there's a dent. And at first I wasn't even sure if I liked it. None of these Mauboussin perfumes I was so sure that I was gonna like, if I'm being perfectly honest. And they've kind of grown on me. This one has 2 votes that it's similar to Mon Paris Intense Mint, which I can see that because I do have a little teeny tiny 1 ounce because it was pretty cheap on Joma Shop, and I haven't worn it yet. That's why I haven't reviewed it yet, but it is very raspberry, but this is more girly and playful than that one even. So let's see what some of the top comments here are saying. The perfume that gets me the most compliments. People love this juice. It's sweet but not cloying, feminine, flirty, and fun. And then right underneath that is my comment. What did I say? You guys want to hear my Fragrantica review? All right, here we go. Burst of champagne, yes. Almost citrusy. That's because it tickled my nose, whatever. Then in comes the raspberry. I don't pick up much rose. it's there, but in the background. This is more gourmand than it is floral because of the caramel. This is my third Mabusin fragrance, and they all have a shared smoky undertone that is not listed in any of these notes. Remember what I told you earlier? I don't get that from this one anymore. The only one that I still get that from is this one, and I think that's probably why I don't like it. All the other ones, that's gone. Not sure if each house has their own unique little thing, but I noticed that with different perfumes from the same house, the smoky thing, they have a little similar note that they share in common that isn't mentioned, but it's in there. Mabusin style is no matter what it is, be it sweet, fruity, floral, ambery, whatever. The end and the base will always have that little hint of a French person smoking a cigarette. I couldn't get off that subject, apparently. I don't hate it, but just so you're aware. I wrote this April 16th. At the time that I'm recording this, it's currently May 7th. This video is probably being posted a week later or so, or the following weekend, I think. I think this video is gonna come out Friday or Saturday. So if you're watching this, it's probably the 10th or the 11th, something like that. I'm filming this midweek. So I wrote this review April 16th, almost a month ago. This bottle has been sitting for almost a month, let's say 3 weeks. And now I love it. That smoky smell is gone. This dent has been placed recently. This wasn't like from day one. None of these were a love from day one. It's incredible. I don't like this one. This one is still here, and there's kind of a Play-Doh. I know these people say that about a lot of perfumes, but like clay, when you're a little kid and you're playing with clay in a classroom, and like this weird synthetic sweetness that reminds me of medicine. Don't like this one. This one still smells like cigarette ashtray. Don't like this one. My loves of the Mabusin line are these guys. These are good. I would say buying these, there's a 90% chance, I think, that you're gonna like them. I think. I don't know. Maybe these two are the most risky, but these two, La Vie Belle, Armani C-ish, very good. Very good. So that's it for today's video, guys. And you're probably watching this on Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there who are currently watching. Happy Mother's Day to your mothers, to your sisters, to your aunts, to your cousins, to your daughters. And I hope you guys have a fantastic, wonderful weekend and Mother's Day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.